Hello, friends. Well, we're wrapping up our study of 3rd John. In fact, all of the letters of John today, aren't we? It's been a great journey, and I want to thank you for joining me on this journey. Today I want to give a very brief review of the last few verses of 3rd John. You know, verse 9 refers to a lost letter previously written to the church in the area where Gaius and Diotrophes lived. I think that's interesting, a lost letter. It probably wasn't 2nd John for many reasons, but this letter is now lost to us. At any rate, this verse also introduces us to Diotrophes. Now, John says 6 things about Diotrophes in this letter. First of all, he says that Diotrophes liked to put himself first. Have you met people like that? They're not much fun to be around, are they? Second, he did not acknowledge the authority of John, the elder. Third, he is spreading false charges against John and about John. Fourth, he refuses to welcome the missionaries who were sent out by or were in fellowship with John. A refusal of hospitality. You remember that one of the qualifications of a leader in the church is that he must be hospitable. But in this very case, Diotrophes fails the test. He won't welcome the missionaries who are sent out by John. Not only that, he stops those who want to receive them, who want to welcome the traveling missionaries. And furthermore, number 6, he expels from the church those who attempted to receive these traveling missionaries. He was all about power and control, wasn't he? He had an ego, I'm sure. Joe Barnett, a longtime preacher for the Broadway Church in Lubbock, called Diotrophes an ecclesiastical bulldozer. I like that particular identifier. Like a bull in a china shop, he just tore things up. Well, John plans to come to these parts, is what he tells Gaius, and when he does, he's going to deal with Diotrophes. Now, if we're going to apply this particular section, we would first of all say, wouldn't we, that we should support those who proclaim the word of Jesus, whether they are near or far. Those who preach and teach among us are those who are missionaries. We should support them financially. We should have their backs. We want to be a part of a mission-minded church, don't we? And that's what the New Testament church was. But there's a second way to apply this particular passage, and that is to say that we need to be willing to deal with troublemakers in the church. I know that no one of us likes conflict. We want unity. But sometimes we've got to confront those who want to tear up the church and damage and hurt others. The Diotropheses among us must be confronted for the good of the body. And that's what the example of John tells me here in this particular passage, is that even though I don't like it, not my favorite thing to do, we need to be willing to confront those who cause trouble in the church, division, disunity, and who hurt others. And then John tells us that Gaius is going to be asked not to be like Diotrophes, who refuses to extend hospitality to traveling missionaries, but rather to receive Demetrius, who is one of these traveling missionaries. In fact, 3rd John may be seen as a letter of introduction and a recommendation for Demetrius. That's verse 12. And those who do good are from God, John says. And of course, the good that he's thinking about here is receiving those who proclaim the word of God and supporting those who preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. Those are the ones who are doing good in this passage, and they are from God. And those who don't receive traveling missionaries are not from God, and obviously John has Diotrophes in mind. Well, it's been a great study of the letters of John. I hope that you have enjoyed it, and I know you have. I know you've been blessed by the study just as I have, and I want to thank you again for joining me on this pray-through of the 3 letters of John. Now, my intention is for us to start a study of Paul's letters to the Ephesians, Paul's letter to the Ephesians, on October the 1st. I hope you'll join me then. Several months ago, we took a poll on what people wanted to study and read through, and the letters of John took first place, but Ephesians took second place, and so we're just going to follow up the 3 letters of John with Paul's letter to the Ephesians. Again, I hope you'll plan to study with us and pray through that great letter with us. I'm going to give you an introduction to the letter of Ephesians on October the 1st, and then 2 days later, we'll begin our verse-by-verse journey through this wonderful letter that elevates and exalts Christ and His church. God bless you in your walk with Him.